Husband male 37 accused me female 35 of having a porn addiction. I am not the oop. Oop, he is you, thrower purple peach. Husband male 37 accused me female 35 of having a porn addiction. Originally posted to our relationship advice. Boru 1, trigger warning. False accusations. Original post Dec 19 2021. My husband male 37 and I female 35 got married about 2 years ago, shortly before the pandemic hit. We have both had a very rough time during those couple years, due to losing multiple family members to COVID, and both having jobs that got more stressful demanding. Despite all these stresses, we have managed to maintain a really high-quality sex life about 4 to 5 times a week, or sometimes more, with sex that is fun, creative, and highly satisfying to both of us. Our marriage has also otherwise been great, with excellent communication, lots of non-sexual affection, and support for each other through the stresses. At least until about a week ago, my husband and I both like to read quite a bit. However, we tend to read during our commutes or lunch breaks and not so much at home, so that we can spend more interactive quality time together when we both have free time. We do not usually spend a lot of time discussing what we are reading. I know he likes books about history and spy novels, but at any given time, I probably could not tell you what he is reading. We both read on Kindle and have separate accounts from before we were married, unless there is an especially interesting book he brings up. I will admit I like to read romances that have an erotic component, at least within certain parameters. I do not read any books that glorify adultery or other cheating, and most of what I read involves hot monogamy and committed relationships. That being said, there are a lot of explicit scenes. I will also admit that I do use the books to keep my personal spark alive and bring that back to my husband. I do not fantasize about being with other men, but often do get ideas for positions, role-play scenarios, lingerie I could wear, etc. With all the family deaths and work, pandemic stress, it would have been really easy to let my libido get smothered. But the books have helped remind me to prioritize intimacy with my husband, and have provided some ideas for how to do that when I have been too stressed and exhausted to come up with my own ideas from scratch. My husband happened to see my reading list last week, and, much to my surprise, went ballistic, said I was hiding a porn addiction from him, and ranted at me for hours before storming out. Then he went and told our family members and several close friends about my addiction. I am just flabbergasted because they are just books I do not read during time we are otherwise supposed to be spending together, and that actually help my sense of sexuality. Also, we do not have any particular restrictions on actual porn in our relationship. Anyway, neither of us is much into visual porn, but we have never prohibited it with each other. Unfortunately, the people he told now think I am spending hours a day watching porn and ignoring my husband, and are not believing me that my addiction is just mainstream romance novels that I read during time that would otherwise be wasted. Husband has given me an ultimatum to get treatment, 12-step program, therapy, or even rehab for my porn addiction, or he will divorce me. I want to be sensitive to his feelings, but I do not think I addicted or doing anything wrong here. I could give up the books, but then I just wonder what harmless thing he is going to demand I give up next. I really do love him and want our marriage to work, though. What should I do? Info in case anyone is wondering if this is a money issue. It is not. We pool most of our money in joint accounts, but each have an allotment to personal accounts for our own spending money. The money for my books comes out of my personal account, so it is not taking anything away from my husband or our household expenses. TL Dr. Husband found out I like to read erotic romances, then accused me of being a porn addict, and is demanding I get treatment for this or he will divorce me. Relevant comments deleted. Something is up with him. Maybe he is having an affair. Maybe he is massively fragile and his ego can't handle the idea that you are getting erotic enjoyment from a book. I would offer him a counter-proposal: marriage counseling for both of you or divorce. You need to get to the bottom of this BS. Oopie. But the thing is, I am not even getting enjoyment from it in the sense of, say, touching myself. If I have had a stressful day at work, which is most of the time lately, then if I use my commute to read an erotic romance, I will bring that charge home with me, and usually we have a great night. Otherwise, I am much more prone to bring the work stress home with me instead. Marriage counseling is a good idea. I would like to hear from a professional. If I am doing anything wrong, I do not really think I am, but am open to other perspectives, or if there are other things I should do to keep up my libido that would be less upsetting to my husband. Unholidum fire. Whoa, divorce over books. Dude is wicked projecting or totally searching for a reason to get you out of the way. If this is his genuine no bullshit belief, he's got screws loose, and you ought to consider taking your half and leaving a 12-step program for books. GTFO, get a pie.